Welcome back, guys. Last session we began with the group essentially panicking on how to save Myra. Uh, I say panicking. Maybe you all didn't feel that way, but it felt that way to me. You
Oh,
guys,
No,
I was
100%
panicking.
panicking.
I was panicking so much I let someone shaft me out of 120 gold.
you really did. You really did. You guys approach the first place you go. Like the first thought you guys had is you head over to Sister Garrily at the Shrine of Luck, hoping that she might be able to help you. Unfortunately, she is not able to, but does express that it appears the Goddess of Luck is in fact on your side, as a cleric just happened to arrive in town just a few days before you guys got back. You guys rush to find the cleric and convince him to assist you, and during the process, you learn that this cleric is actually Myra's brother, Alistair. He advises that he can bring Myra back with a greater restoration spell, but it requires about 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust for him to cast the spell. You guys, being more familiar with town, know exactly where you believe you should go, and you ultimately head to the Miners' Exchange, where you run into our dear friend Halia Thornton, Quellen's best friend in the whole wide world. She essentially haggles Leon for, as he said, about 120 more gold pieces than was necessary. Ended up being a whole 300 gold pieces he charged her. She charged him for the diamond dust, but you do successfully get it,
Yep.
and eventually Alistar is able to cast a spell and bring Myra back from her stone state. Everyone celebrates temporarily for a while, and then Myra, not skipping a beat, immediately remembers the side quest they were doing for Sister Garrily, and you guys turn that in, as well as a few other side quests throughout the day. Ultimately, Leon and Adalia, you guys head off and decompress together. Leon particularly lingers on how he could have done better, but Adalia essentially encourages him that they did what they could and what has happened, and not to dwell on it. When you two return back to the inn with everyone else, Myra also lends friendly words to Leon and reassures him that it wasn't his fault. The group learns a little more about Alistair and where he comes from, and you all share food and drink in celebration for the good news that Myra is back. The next day, the group does worry that Alistair has come to take Myra from them. Ultimately, Myra and Alistair have a conversation together, and he supports her adventure and her journey that she's going on, and lets her know that he will deal with their father on how he feels with her being out alone. He also informs her that he'll be heading out with a delegation that's heading to the town of Redlark over in the Desarin Valley, and that he learned the sending spell and would be keeping in contact with her occasionally. And he does leave town shortly after that, after some words are exchanged between Myra and her brother. And, yeah. Prior to that, or at least I mixed up my notes. I apologize. Adalia and Quellen. Adalia gets drunk. Quellen follows her out in that following evening, and into the woods where she's trying to practice her archery, drunk. They share a moment together as they talk about things, and then you guys have a long rest. And then where we kind of left the session was you guys head over to the Lion Shield coaster. Quellen wants to check in on the status of his double-bladed weapon. Finds out that it's not quite ready yet, and so it'll be a few weeks before the temporary version of this can be delivered. So Quellen also hears back from his criminal contact as to what he might have known, what they may have known, or what, you know what I'm trying to say here. And it points in the direction of Halia Thornton, where she shares with Quellen that rumor was that there is in fact an actual version of the weapon inside of the Lost Wave Echo Cave. Things get very tense between Halia and Quellen, and a fight almost ensues, but a few miners walk in to the establishment, and it kind of just diffuses the situation immediately. And we kind of left the session with all of you after Leon, you were doing training for the day. We left the session with you guys all meeting back up at Stonehill Inn, and that is where we would pick up today.
So, Mara, you got the hang of that new weapon yet?
I think so. I mean, I've shot hand crossbows before, but this is a new thing.
Just don't point it at us.
Oh, okay. I pull it out and it's empty, but I try to twist it around my finger. Like, do a gun spin.
Or that. Don't do
Quillen
that
got-
either.
Hey, make a dexterity check.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
18.
Nice. You manage to spin it in your finger like a gunslinger, and it just and you catch it perfectly.
See, I know what I'm doing.
I don't know. It looked lucky to me.
Lady Luck is
So-
on our side, you know, Quellen.
Shall we go visit our friend up at the Met?
I agree.
All right. You guys are going to head over to, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have you on Phandelver. You guys are heading over to see Gundren.
Yes,
Sure,
but making
sure.
sure
Guessing
not
I'm-
to say that name in town.
Of course, of
Yep.
course.
Now
head
you
over.
guys are doing it. The entire other, every single other time Leon tries to mention it, you guys just go, "Hey, Gundren, 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 Gundren." I'm
Are
like,
you guys going in
God.
through the top entrance or the secret entrance? Just curiosity.
I think we should go through the secret entrance, just putting my 2 cents in.
Yeah,
What do
it
you guys
seems more inconspicuous.
Yeah, it'll be easier for us to the front entrance, right? Or did we say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
The secret entrance.
Oh yeah, secret entrance. It'd be easier for us to see if any.
All right. You guys head over to the secret entrance. And you guys manage to go inside of the hideout. I'll just move you over here temporarily.
Before we sneak in, can Adelia have snuck some more Rowan? Real quick. Break off a branch.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful, thank you.
Of course. You guys head inside. You guys come out from where the crevice is, here. You don't see Gundren on first sight. Where do you guys head? Last you knew,
guess-
the spot you had him sleeping was Glassstaff's old quarters.
I guess that would be the first place we would go look.
I would head down towards where the beer was.
So the kitchen area.
Yeah, I'm assuming we would have started going this way. We came in.
I
We
will
go
get-
here.
I see. Just to make it a little easier. There you go. Ooh, forgive me. They're small.
We're so tiny.
Reasons, things, you know.
We're all Myra-sized today.
There you go.
Yeah, Leon would probably follow in, but I'm guessing we'd start going this way first.
Okay. You guys walk into the kitchen area, and you actually do see Gundren sitting at the table, enjoying a glass of, well, you don't know what, and some food. Ah, friends. How are you? It's been a few weeks.
And that it has, Gundren.
It's been a few weeks?
Yes,
How long was I out?
we're gone for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Wait, how long were you out? What happened?
We
Uh,
ran into I think it was called a Gorgon. The metallic bull thing turned her to stone for a bit.
I've heard of those. That's... Wow, you're lucky to be alive, but I suppose you are all capable. It's why I hired you. Not fully surprised.
Yeah, well, we've been able to manage so far. How about yourself? Any complications here? Just going still crazy.
Going a little stir crazy. Wouldn't mind getting out of here, but Sildar stops by every day and checks in and gives me supplies and keeps me company when he's done doing what he's doing for the Lord's Alliance. I
Yeah,
feel much better, much better than when you found me in
good.
the castle.
That's very good.
Have you
News?
found anything around in your time here?
No, nothing. Place could use a little cleaning up if you're intending to make it a base of operations. It's
Oh no, just curious about secret entrances and fun things, you
ah
know?
well, I did a little searching, but nothing too crazy.
But you found something a little crazy?
Hmm, No, I found that secret passage over in the room I was staying in. That's about it.
Oh, okay. We found that one too.
Oh, well, I didn't really find much. But like I said, this could be a good
Well,
base of operations, but you'd have to clean it up. Uh,
we'll
you
see
know,
what happens after everything's said and done. We came by to let you know tomorrow morning we're gonna set out for the cave. At least that's what we're planning right now. And
Wonderful, perfect, fantastic. It's about time we get moving on this. I fear that this
yep.
black spider is. I'm concerned that if he gets there first. I don't know if he's full on
Um,
discovered the location, but I just have this feeling inside that.
DM, as a point of note,
Sure.
didn't we question one of the hobgoblins and they said the black spider's already in the cave?
Yes, you guys did. Gundren is not aware, if I remember correctly.
Leon's gonna look over to Myra and kind of scratch the back of the head. Well, about that.
We're afraid that he already is.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
on our way from the. Remember those hobgoblins that attacked us when we were taking you back from the camp? They mentioned it,
yes,
so
yes, I do. Yes, I was out of earshot. I saw you guys questioning one of them. Ah,
yeah.
well,
So they've been there for a while, so
well, our deal is still on, of course. I fully intend to compensate you for helping me clear out that mine and get it up and running. Or, well, at least clear it out. You don't necessarily have to help me get it up and running, but
yeah.
10%
Well,
share
we'll
of the
do our
money.
part. You do yours, and just wanted to check in on you. You know, the last 2 weeks, been worried something's happened to you. Someone's found out.
Appreciate that.
But I
And
guess
Don't
this
forget,
turned out to be a good hiding place.
I would agree.
and Gundren, has Sildar brought you any news of your brother?
I was just going to say, as far as I know, my brothers are still missing. I've heard no news. So,
Do
hopefully,
you know where they were headed when last you heard from them?
they're aware of the location of the cave as well. And I fear that perhaps the Black Spider got his hands on them. I really hope not, but if you could keep an eye out for them while you're in the cave, that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, we'll be sure to treat the situation with the same discretion we treated yours.
Thank you. Truly, I appreciate that.
Well, either way, is there anything else you need from us?
No, no, I'm good. Sildar will be here shortly, and I will speak with him, and I'll get to work. I have faith in all of you that you'll be successful, so I'm going to start getting the paperwork and everything together.
All right then. Well, like I said, we'll be heading out tomorrow morning. Shouldn't take us too long to get to the location you marked on the map. It ain't that far if I don't.
It's a,
It's
a
just
few
around
days.
the.
It's about a day's journey or so, I would say, but
Well, either way,
Guys,
we'll start.
go ahead.
No, I ain't saying anything important. You say something, Myra?
I was just questioning whether we could go down into the gorge again. I wanted to see down there one more time.
All right. Well, you lead the way, Myra. I'll follow you. It was nice seeing
Okay.
you again, Gundren.
It's so good to see you, Gundren.
Travel safe, my friends. I hope to see you soon.
We will.
And stay safe yourself.
I will.
And I guess we'll.
Okay. Well, and were you going to say something? I thought I heard you click in there.
Nah, it's just I would have left out of the room after talking about Gundren's brothers. If Gundren stayed in the room, as Leon and Meyer are kind of heading up the stairs, I was just gonna kind of say, yeah, grim news that about his brothers. I fear the.
Yeah, but we can only do so much. If they even are still alive. Whatever happens, happens. I think he's made his peace.
Well, if we find them, we'll be sure to assist.
Oh, by all means. Just one thing at a time. We got a black spider we got to worry about first and foremost.
Yes. I do want to check out this gorge here. Or this cavern, whatever. I want to take out my rope.
Okay.
And tie it.
I'll kind of like tie the other half to and kind of hold her up.
Okay. And I'm gonna go splunking down.
Okay. Given Leon's strength score and your personal weight, I'm going to say this is an auto success. So you are able to spelunk down as you were, because I believe, if I remember correctly, this is not a super deep gorge, about 10 feet down. So you do get down to the bottom of the gorge. As you land, you feel just this, nothing crazy, you just feel this funny tingling sensation, but nothing harmful.
Okay. I'm gonna look around me first and kind of like judge my, like, see my surroundings.
Okay, you are in a crevice.
Okay. I didn't check out over this way, so I'm gonna check over underneath to this bridge. And it's just a crevice still?
Still just a crevice. It ends about 20 feet ahead of you. It doesn't go into the wall or anything, but it's still just a crevice. Like I said, you have that funny tingling sensation. Almost feels magical. But other than that,
I create a minor illusion of a chest at the bottom of the crevice.
suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you see this magical. You see a chest that you just didn't see before sitting there.
With my passive investigation, would I know that it's a chest? Or that it's magical and not real?
What's your passive?
Make a deception check for me, please, Quellen.
Because I was gonna say, if you base it off of his DC spell DC.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, if it's on my spell DC, it's 13.
13. Her investigation is 15, so she just beats it.
Quellen, stop it.
What? I just figured if you were spending so much time looking down there, you wanted to find something. I was just trying to give you a little bit of.
Thank you for trying to make things
I just thought
exciting.
You might enjoy that for a moment.
It was fun. It did spark a little bit of hope. All right, and now I'm gonna go back this way, and I'm gonna go right to here. Does it continue on?
Unfortunately, like the other end, it does not. It does end here. This is a very strange crevice that's here. It seems very random, but it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just a solid 10 foot deep with this strange magical tingling feel.
Can I go and touch the wall?
Sure.
All right, and it's just
Aren't
a wall.
there
I'm gonna.
bodies still down there?
That is a very good question. Make an investigation check, anybody.
16 plus
Okay.
5, so 21.
You do notice that there's no bodies or bones or anything down here, and you know there probably should have been given the creature you killed when you were here previously.
Oh God, there's no sign of the Nothic.
Okay, I'm gonna go investigate the wall, touch the wall. And it's just a wall.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, please.
Damn it. 2 plus 5, so 7.
7. Nothing sensational about the wall. It's just a wall. And again, feeling the funny feelings.
Okay. I guess I don't. It feels like magic. Quellen, do you have detect magic or any kind of spell that helps you see the arcane?
I'm
Possibly.
afraid not, love. What did you see down there? Is the Nothic
I
still
don't.
down there?
No, the Nothic body's gone, and I have a funny feeling.
What?
The Nothic body's gone.
I
And
head back down the stairs towards Gundren.
and it feels strange.
He's staying down there. Let's go
Alec,
back up.
Alex leans out and says, I can't feel it from up here, but maybe if I join you down there. Starts to pull out his
Sure,
rope.
Alec.
You think you can support me too, buddy?
I got this.
Okay. He puts his rope away, realizing, wait, Maya already has her rope tied to him. He just grabs the rope. He's like, ready?
Yeah, go for it.
And he goes down. So if you can just make a strength check for me, please, because he's definitely heavier than Myra.
12 athletics.
Yeah, athletics, please.
Huh. It's a +6. So that's an 8.
Hey, all right. Managed to successfully hold him sturdy as Alec goes down 10 feet into it. And he lands and he immediately feels this strange tingling sensation as well. Cut to Quellen. Quellen, you walk in and you see Gundren sitting there, and he's still eating and drinking. Oh, I didn't realize you guys were still here.
Yes, Gundren. Myra wanted to investigate the crevice back in that main chamber there. Have either you or Soldar done anything with the crevice or anything with the bodies that were inside of it?
I was not aware that there were bodies inside, but I have not done anything in the crevice. I've stayed away from it as much as I could. I'm kind of afraid of heights a little bit.
Reasonable in this case. It's just a little disturbing. There was a Nothic in the cavern. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what they are, but they're quite nasty beasts. We had killed one. Well, at least we presumed it dead as it fell down into the crevice and seemingly died. But it's no longer there.
Interesting. No, I'm sorry. I've not seen any bodies. Not that I spent too much time looking, nor have I messed with it. That's very interesting.
Well, just next time Sildar is here, perhaps consider asking him to find somewhere else for you temporarily until we can figure out what the hell happened here, because if there's a Nothic wandering around, you don't want to be around.
I will have Sildar take a very, very thorough look when he gets here today. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll leave you for now. Thank you.
Back to Alec. After starting to feel the sensation, he gets down, he kneels down, puts his hands down onto the ground and closes his eyes and just begins to focus as he makes an Arcana check. Do. There's my dice.
Mana.
That's a 12. Unfortunately, he can't quite get a read on what this feeling is. Much like you, he knows it is magical, but he can't get a read of what it does, why it's here. Alright. I feel it, but I don't know this feeling. I'm not familiar.
It's strange, right? I don't know. There's something here. What should we do? Should we just leave, or?
I don't know. It doesn't feel dangerous.
All right, well, if we can't figure out what it is, we might as well move on.
By the way, it's 20 feet. Okay.
Returning back
Alright.
to the cave room, I would just say out in general, I just am concerned as to whether or not the Nothic is still alive. If it's still alive and it's left the cave, or it's gotten out of the crevice, it might pose a threat to go.
Well, I can say for pretty certain when I cleared out this place last we left it, with all the bodies, I left them in there, so I didn't take them out.
I can't help but wonder if there was some kind of magic that either revived him or perhaps dissipated the body somehow.
It could possibly be either one of those. Let's leave, I guess.
Ladies first.
Alright. Thank you. And I'll climb up.
Yep. Again, with your weight and everything, and Leon's strength, we'll say auto success for you. Alec attempts to come up. Let's go ahead and make both of us make strength checks this time around.
So I rolled a 4, so that's
What was it?
I got a 10 total.
Exactly what you needed. And I got a
Cool.
12. So we successfully Alec, Myra return back up. Myra, you get your rope back. Well, I don't know what you guys dealt with in here, but what's our next move?
Well, I think we go ahead and get some rest and get an early start in the morning.
That's fair. Fair.
Should we go ask, to borrow the horses again?
Do we have a map on us?
Yes, I pull out the map that I have. I believe I have a map.
Which
Don't
map
I have
are
a
you
map?
looking for, Leon? Yeah, there's a map. You guys have a map.
No, just the one for the general area. The one where I'm pretty sure all of us marked the cave on the map.
So Myra pulls out the map. And here's what you see.
We can travel through with the horses. Through the mountain from Faladin without.
But up north, whenever we went through the mountain, the horses struggled.
They did. And
Unless we went all the way around. Unless we went all the way around this way.
if I remember correctly, friends, this is more these are more of the straight shot seems to be more from a hilly area. No, I think the mountain is where the cave begins.
Well, I think maybe we can leave the horses and go. Less for us to take care of and manage on the day to day.
How long is the trick there if we're on foot?
On foot would
And if we leave from Faladin just as a straight shot.
is a straight shot.
Yeah.
On foot, we'll say the on foot would be the whole day, whereas horse would probably be about half a day.
I say we start today.
I agree, Myra. If it's going to take us an entire day's travel to get there, there's no point staying the night.
Well, I ain't got no objection, so
Now, friends,
guess we get started now.
what do our supplies look like? This cave is as big as I think Gundren is leading it to be. Are we going to need supplies? Is this going to take a while?
Well, how late is it?
It's late afternoon because you guys had done like we had the Halia encounter. We had you training for a good chunk of the day, so it's probably late afternoon.
Well, I guess we could. I got a little bit of rations left. Special.
We can go and purchase more rations before we head out.
Yes, I will need more rations. I'm running quite low.
All right. Let's make a quick trip of it.
Just in case, I know that our dear Dahlia here is quite the hunter, but I just thought we should be safe.
You never know. If
It's
we can
always
hold on
good to be safe.
Yeah, if we can hold on to dried rations, I'll take fresh meat any day. Hopefully, we do find some. Well, rather, Adelia, you find some.
I'm not
Alright.
used to hunting caves.
Well, first for everything, I guess.
All right. You guys roll up the map, and we head out to Barthen's Provisions.
Yes, sir.
Any other stops you would like to make along the way?
Nothing in particular.
Nope. Straight to provisions for me.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment here. Mighty, can you check your messages on Discord, please?
Yeah, I know. I'm checking.
Oh, okay. Make sure you got it.
There it is.
All right, so you guys head out from the woods over into the center of town, past the Shrine of Luck that you're so used to seeing and have spent a fair amount of time at. And you guys make it past the smithy, and then eventually Barthen's Provisions.
I'll just kind of, Leon will just kind of wait outside, waiting for everything to get done.
I shall go in and purchase. How many days do you think we'll need? How many? Quellen? Alex, Adelia?
It's hard to say.
Indeed, I personally have about 10 days worth on me. I think that would be plenty. I'm not sure about everyone else, and we can always share amongst one another if any of us has any extra.
Quellen doesn't share food. No, not really.
Joey doesn't share food.
Thank you.
Yep. I will buy 13. I'll say Barthen and ask for 13 provisions.
Ah, quite the lucky number.
Yes. It puts me up to 15.
Barthen, I had some other interests. Perhaps a tent and a couple of blankets.
Ah, tents, some blankets. I think I can supply those for you.
Also, do you have any like mining gear, like rock climbing gear to extra rope or some like climbing hooks? I don't know.
Little hat with the light on it.
Yeah, that I can put a candle in.
There it is. Let me look through my list here. Yeah, I have about 50 foot of rope here. It cost you about a gold piece.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Kind of rolls it up a little bit for you, ties it so it stays nice and tight. Hands it over to you. A gold piece, please.
I get. I no, you're okay. I'm sorry. I give him a gold piece. Thank you. And how much for the provisions? I
For,
think
and how many were you buying
13.
again? 13 total?
13. Yep.
That'll be running you about 5 gold pieces, please.
All right. I give it to you happily. And anything on the walls that that catches my eye, that looks like, yeah, anything on the walls or
No, just a lot
anything
of
that I see.
a lot of adventuring gear. You had also said you were looking for like, what else were you looking for? A lamp, a mining pick, and stuff.
Yeah, stuff to help us, like if we need to climb or anything. Like, I don't know, we're going into a cave, so I guess all I'm asking is like, because I don't know much about climbing, and neither does Myra, but does there anything look like I could like I would think it was useful?
Sure. So you absolutely have your rope. You
Yes.
see some pitons or pitons. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but they're like little stakes that climbers use to stick into the wall, so they have a spot to grab and hold and everything. You do see one mining pick that he has there. It's in fair condition from what you can tell. He also has one lamp.
I will take all of it. I'll say, can I have all of this?
Uh, y- yes, yes, of course. Um, yeah, that 5 gold pieces for the lot.
I reach into my pack and produce the golden censer, the golden ceremonial knife, and the golden chalice. That said, what would you give me for these to offset some of this?
And what were these items again, Quellen?
It was the golden censer, the golden ceremonial knife, and the golden chalice that we found in
The castle.
uh,
Yeah, it was the castle, I believe, that you found those. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I know exactly where. Hmm. They're they're quite nice. Catch a very fair price. I can give you this. This honestly would be way more than what you're buying me right now, but this is worth about 200 gold pieces for the lot.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So what I'm hoping to acquire is maybe 9 days worth of rations, a pair of tents, and say 5 blankets, and then maybe you could just give me, I don't know, 50 gold, and we'll call it a day.
That's fair. That's fair. Absolutely. Take your 50 gold, and he gives you a couple of blankets. He gives you the tent. I don't know if those are actual items. They are. Please note that the tent is a 2-person tent.
And I'm getting 2 of them.
You're getting 2 of them. Fair enough. And then the blankets, I think, are all good. Yep. Yep. So yeah, all said and done, what you said is acceptable. 50 gold pieces you may add to your account. And was it
Okay.
your intent to cover everybody's that they're picking up here?
Yeah, whatever Meyer was buying with the rations, I would hope that would cover it, since it's
Absolutely.
a bunch
Absolutely. And then Adelia, were you wanting something?
Yes. I messaged you.
I know you did. How about Adelia ask? Ask Barton.
Oh. Well, if she's gonna ask, she's gonna wait for the others to leave.
Gotcha. All right. So, does anyone else need anything? Alex says. I have 10 days, and I think I'm good.
I think that's all that I needed. And whatever this one wants, I hope this covers this. As I nod at Adelia and walk out.
Yeah. Assuming she wants something. Can I help you with something, miss? As everyone starts to walk out. Leon, I apologize. Were you gonna get anything?
No, I just waited outside for everyone,
Thank you.
kind of leaning up against the door or the side of the door.
Okay. Adelia, you are alone with Bothan.
She's like fiddling with her thumbs a little bit. She's like, "Oh, yeah, do you have like cured leather strips?"
I do have a few strips. How many are you looking for?
Hold on, player needs to do math in her head. 4.
4. Yes, I can definitely supply this for you. Just a moment. Goes in the back for a second. Hear him ruffling around over some stuff. Comes out and he has 4 pretty lengthy sized strips of leather. Here, your friend, his trade, if you will, more than covers these.
Thank you, and she just tucks it right into her bag.
Anything else that I can get for you?
No, that's all, thank you. And then she just walks right out.
Gives you a like a bow, thank you for your service. And you guys all are now outside. All right.
Outside, I would hand over one of the tents that I acquired because I'm technically over my carrying capacity as I'm kind of dragging it behind me. One of you take this. I bought a tent for 2.
Leon just kind
Also-
of like looks over to the others, wondering if they're gonna take it.
I'll carry it, Cullen. You need me to carry the blanket and the tent?
Yes, I actually bought blankets for all of us just in case it happens to be cold in the cave. So I distribute the blankets out.
Okay, so everybody may add a blanket to their inventory. And then Alec will add the tent. Tentacle rod? No.
Woof.
That's what you use inside the tent.
Oh my goodness, I was gonna say, not that kind of campaign, guys.
We'll pause for a minute. Myra, what's up?
I lost all of my equipment by trying to add a piton to my gear.
I am showing all of your equipment is there as well as the piton.
Try
Oh.
and reload it.
Yeah, just try and
Okay.
reload.
All right, it made me panic. Okay, now it's back. Thank you.
And I should ask, how
for-
many pitons did you want? Because one piton don't get you very far.
Oh, probably. I'm gonna say 10.
10 it is. I updated it for you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You have a.
So I got an extra 50 feet of rope, 10 pitons, and a climbing hook or a climbing pick,
Yep.
or miner's pick.
Titan,
Okay,
miner's pick, additional 50-foot of rope, and a blanket.
the blanket. Okay, thank you.
Oh, and Leon, I know you said you didn't want this before, but I have no use for this. And I produce the magical longsword, and I kind of offer it to him. It's like, so either you take it or I.
Leon kind of looks a tad of, why would you sell such?
I have no use for such a weapon.
I didn't want to ask because I'm so new to the group, but I'll use it. I have a long sword. I'm to using it. I primarily use my staff, but
Oh, by all means, I'll kind of like take it, Quellen, kind of hold it in my. It's a good blade.
indeed, is this okay with you, Quellen?
I have no use for it. It's better off in your hands than mine.
Thank you. Thank you. He swaps it out real quick. Who'd we lose? And we're back.
What?
She's back.
Sorry, it was having issues.
Why that long short blush wine? All right.
Yeah, Quellum with his epic +0 strength doesn't really feel like using a strength.
All right. You guys have exchanged equipment. You have gotten your supplies for a potentially long journey into a dungeon, or into a cave, I should say. And you are the night is, the sun is beginning to lower. It's late afternoonish. Are you guys heading out on the road for till the evening?
I would say so.
All right. You guys head out onto the open road to leave the town of Phandelver and head over to the Wave Echo Cave. Shall move to the map. You guys probably travel a good 5-ish miles or so before the sun starts to beginning to get difficult for you guys to see, those of you without dark vision. Leon, do we want to
Just say Leon.
Alec pipes up. He says, Leon, I can cast the spell for you, but do you think we should just retire for the evening and finish the day's...
And that depends on everyone else. Keep pushing on ahead for a little bit longer, and yes, but we're gonna camp out here. Depends.
I
Take a watch.
dare not risk becoming exhausted in these hills. We have not been through this area before, and we don't know what types of creatures are out.
But then, do you
We
want
can
me to take a
continue
watch
on
or
for a
not?
little bit, but we need to be looking for a place to camp.
Well then, lead the way.
I want that one.
Oh, sorry.
All right. I apologize. The decision is to rest.
We're basically
once we
only
find
continuing on until we find something that looks like a suitable camping spot, kind of out of the way.
Sure. So you guys keep walking and begin to approach the hillish areas here, just outside of town, or outside of town. You probably go about I'd say another 4 or 5 miles. Go. The sun is definitely down. Dark vision has been cast on you, Leon, so you can clearly
All right.
see. Because it was, we're not able to previously. Mark this off real quick. Sorry. Right. You guys come into this hillish region, and you see kind of a safe crevice area in one of the hills that you might be able to stay in for the night, where the only things coming at you would have to come towards you, nothing from behind. And a crevice. You all know what a crevice is. This seems suitable, friends. Perhaps we can stay here for the evening.
This will do quite nicely. I do hate taking it from behind.
Well,
Leon. I'll go ahead and take first watch. You all go ahead and get some.
thank you, Leon. Myra.
Take advantage of the night eyes while I got him.
Alec, he just goes and sets up his backpack roll, the you know what I'm trying to say here, with the blanket, and kind of cuddles up and falls asleep.
Oh, no, we have to put out these 2 tents. We have to figure out who's sleeping in what tent.
Huh? Oh, that's sorry. Fair point. He gets back up, starts to take out the tent, starts to set up the one he has. Do you set up the one you have?
Yeah, I'm currently setting up a tent.
Okay.
Myra is assisting, fascinated by the tent.
Adalia is not assisting, but also equally fascinated by the tent.
So
And assisting is probably more like hindering, you know?
Leon's sitting by whatever they would have set up for a fire and like wondering why is everyone so fascinated as he's kind of like polishing his swords.
Why is no one getting us food while we're setting up these tents?
Oh, that's me. I'll be back. And she saunters off into the wilderness to come back victorious.
So, we will address that in just a moment. Alec, he had pulled out a ration and is like chewing on some dried meat as he's setting things up and focusing. It takes you guys probably, I'm gonna say about 10 minutes, because it's like, holy shit, tents are a pain in the ass sometimes. Takes you guys about a solid 10 minutes to set everything up, but at the end of it, everything looks real good. Everything is nice and taut and tight, so it looks like it would stand well.
It's toit.
It's toy.
Toit like a toiger.
Adalia,
Sorry.
you head out into the woods to, not the woods, but the hillish region to see what you can see. Go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
Woo, 24.
Jesus, I forget how high that is for you.
I rolled a 19 too.
Right. You see off in the distance in the hill I forget what a group of deer are called. So you
Herd.
see a herd. Thank you. A herd of deer, bucks, few does, few little ones. Line up your shot, knowing
I'm going for the 10 point.
going for the 10 point. Fire your shot and land it successfully on that first blow.
Dread and Pusher.
And the others, they bring their heads up, tails fly up, as you can see this with your dark vision, and they saunter off while you go to claim your victory, your bounty. And as you harvest, do you harvest there or?
No, she's coming back and been like showing off a little.
All right.
That's,
She got a
that's
good
pretty
one.
heavy.
Shh, it's
That's-
fine.
Just
So
saying,
how?
those are like-
Well, yeah. How are you going to transport it? Was going to be my next question.
Tie a rope around its back legs and drag it behind her.
Sounds good to me. No strength check needed. Must kill whole families. So you take some rope out, tie them up, a little hog tie, and then drag them back. You didn't go too far out from camp, and so Leon, you're sitting there. Everyone else is kind of relaxing, kind of discussing who's going to sleep in what tent. When Adalia returns with her with the
No.
with the deer.
What you got
Technically,
there?
I don't need to sleep, so I don't know if I need to actually be in one of the tents.
You ain't got to worry about me either.
Well, I
Be
mean, do we
fine out
keep
here.
this? I guess do we keep it from feeling awkward and just boys in one tent, girls in another, men in one tent, women in another? I don't know. I hate for
Leon
there
kind
to
of
be.
judges the size of the tent, then looks at Quillen for a second, judges the size of the tent. Nah, I'm fine.
Well, okay. Guess I'll sleep in the tent then. And I'll sleep in that one, the one I was carrying, I suppose.
All yours.
I'll take this
Adelia.
tent.
That is quite the bounty you have found.
Don't worry, guys, I got it.
Oh no! Oh,
I would rush over to help her.
Alec gets up as well.
That didn't take you long. Were they just around the corner or what?
Around the corner, down the bend.
Have to go far.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I like to think I'm both sometimes.
I know you are. Wink.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
And she's like, thanks, and then just keeps going.
Are you trying to play off that you didn't catch the flirt, or are you is Dahlia just not catching that it was a flirt?
Oh no,
Everything flies over her head.
it's great. Like, people will either need to teach her or spell it out in super duper plain letters, or she'll just be like, "This is normal friend stuff, right, guys?"
Yeah, Myra's watching and kind of like, should I tell her?
Alec I rolled Alec a perception check and he got a 10, which is a fair DC for this. And kind of looks over at Myra and gives her a look like, really? And
Myra,
he goes to say something to Adelia. Do you let him or do you stop him, Myra?
I'm gonna stop him.
Okay. Adelia,
Alec,
yeah.
I'm gonna just do the not right now. I'll tell her later, like kind of. I'll talk to her. Don't worry.
Oh, never mind.
Confused look, like you could imagine a question mark over her head, but she just shrugs it off.
Appointment?
Once the deer's in earshot, Leon will, take off his coat at the very least a bit, and just so you'll start kind of like going to town.
So you guys, the deer's harvested. Fire is roaring within reason. You're obviously not trying to draw attention to yourself. You guys managed to cook up some meat. Does everyone partake in the deer?
Hell yeah, war spoils.
Quillen will partake a little bit, but he's not the biggest fan of fresh meat.
Fair enough. Ultimately, you all share a very nice meal together for traveling, enjoying each other's company prior to tackling this unknown cave. A lot of laughter and jokes being made, particularly between Quellen and Leon. It's just overall a peaceful dinner among friends. But the night begins to get later, eyes begin to get drowsy after full bellies. And Alec, he is the first to stand and say, "My friends, I think I'm going to retire for the evening. Should you need me to take watch, Leon, or Ellen, just wake me."
Will do.
That's quite all right. Leon, after about 4 hours or so, just wake me and I'll make sure I keep everyone safe the rest.
I'll take care of the first one.
And I'll actually head to the opposite tent of Alex.
I was gonna say, before everyone splits and everything, Adelia is going to she was going to, before everyone starts going to bed and stuff,
Sure.
quietly approach everyone individually and ask to have the talisman she made them back.
So this will happen before
Leon.
that.
Yeah, Leon wouldn't have objected to the talisman.
Quillen would kind of look a little confused and a little hurt, questioning, but why?
And Alec, not having one, just says, "Oh, that's neat."
I think Adelia died.
She may have.
Nope, didn't die. Somehow got muted. I'm pretty sure technology is haunted. Okay. So Leon broke up for me, so I couldn't hear what he said.
Oh, I just said he wouldn't have protested. He would have been like, yeah, no, here it is.
Cool. Quellen is confused and hurt. Alec was like, "Those are neat."
And Myra's like, "Oh, here you go."
Okay, so then I guess just addressing Quellen, she just kind of tilts her head, just trust me.
Always. And I'll just go ahead and hand it.
And then she's going to go scuttle away to a corner by herself for 5 minutes. And then she comes back, and all of the talismans are now on leather throngs to be worn. Including one for Alec.
Thank you.
You're a member of our party now, officially.
Yeah. Another one of us, big old bunch of Crusaders. What we are, apparently. Crusading across the land, doing good deeds.
Crusaders. It's interesting.
Yeah, I read about them when I was young. Just a bunch of knights in shiny armor. Interesting gobs going around just fixing things, pretty much.
Those of us fighting for the forces of, well, good.
Which I think we
hope-
have been.
I hope we do good.
I hope we do
Well, I
too.
mean that necromancer was
Who's that? Oh,
a good. Yeah, no, he needed to go. So I think that was a good thing we did.
I
So
was rather hoping that we could make friends with him.
you would, wouldn't you, Quillen?
To me, good and evil is just a spectrum.
I'm good without. I still really don't like dead things. Or undead things.
We all have good and evil inside of us. It's just the one that you let show more.
it's true. Not wrong.
Well, either way, the sooner we all get some rest, the sooner we can get going. Thank you, Adelia. This is nice. And Leon will kind of like tie it to the side of his belt so that it's kind of hanging by where he has his sword sheathed.
Yes, Adelia, thank you very much. I will cherish this as I place it around my neck and under my arm.
I place it around my neck as well, and it dangles by my jewelry.
Alec also puts it around his neck, directly next to the druidic focus that he wears.
And then she has to hide the stupid smile on her face.
Myra goes and gives her a hug.
As Alec walks by to go to bed, he puts a hand on Adelia's shoulder and says, "Thank you." He retires for the evening.
Yeah, Quelling goes to the opposite tent.
I thought Myra had already cleaned it.
Quellen goes to the opposite tent.
Yeah, he can deal with Myra snoring for a night.
Yeah.
Adelia don't care. She'll go share a tent with Alec.
Hey, so he starts scooting over. Sorry. Figured it was just me in here tonight.
And again, any implications just right over her head. She's like, yeah, this is normal friend stuff.
By all means, go ahead and lay down. Alec being the one to realize that it's a little odd for two people like this, despite being adults, to do this, both being half elves. He kind of you notice that he kind of is pushed back as far away from kind of as he can because he doesn't want to give you any funny impressions. Not that you're picking up on that.
She will probably note that, are you okay? That doesn't look comfortable.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. He relaxes a little bit because you called him out.
She just shrugs, lays down, and just goes to sleep.
All right.
Once everyone kind of goes to bed, after about an hour or two of my watch, I'm gonna pull out my scroll and kind of take a look at it, not expecting to see anything.
Still nothing, unfortunately.
Then I'll kind of roll it down so that I can see the very bottom where I signed it. Lady signed it. Just kind of look at the signatures there for a bit. Just kind of contemplate. I stay like that for a while before eventually
Sure.
putting it away and waking up Quillen.
Yep. The 4 hours pass uninterrupted. It's a fairly peaceful watch as the fire stays at kind of an ember level, not too bright, but um, not too bright to kill the dark vision you're being given through the magic, but just enough to keep a little bit of heat going. The
Yep.
4 hours pass, and Quellen comes out of his. Well, you wouldn't notice he's in the tent. Your kind of movement inside of the tent as he exits.
Morning, Quillen.
Well, it's not quite morning yet, I hope. Is
Yeah,
everything
well,
all
for
right,
you,
Leon?
yeah, for the most part. I actually wanted to chat with you for a second.
About what?
Well, I don't know. Just a sense of foreboding for what the future that lies ahead of us. And I ain't never been one to consider myself to be one that had a family, people I can rely on. Closest I've ever had is you folks here. You, Myra, Delia, Alec.
You had
And
mentioned something about having a master before. Was this master not part of your family?
nah, she she picked me up off the streets. If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead in the ditch about 4 years back.
I see.
You know, I'm a lot different than I to be before she found me. Did a lot of bad
What are you
things.
doing in a ditch?
I would have been found in a ditch. I'd be dead by now, Quillen. And if I was by any chance, miraculous chance, still be alive, well then, it'd be a fate worse than death. That being said, I apologize to me and you have had a rocky start. And a lot of that has to do with just the fact that I don't know. I've traveled with a lot of people that you remind me of. Little habits you have, little sneaking around. And every single one of them, as soon as the opportunity presented itself, stabbed me in the back. Some of them quite literally. So,
That's quite unfortunate, Leon. I assure you that I would never stab you in the back, unless you were to stab me in the back first.
you never have to worry about that. If ever you and I get in a fight, you will be facing me. You will be armed. What I mean to say is just, it took a while for me to push my instinct away every single time you got close. Every instinct, every fiber of my instinct would trigger like you do the same thing. But you've proven time and time again that you haven't. You wouldn't.
I do not
What I mean,
betray those whom I assume are my allies. If you do nothing to prove yourself an enemy, then you are not my enemy. But I assure you, Leon, if you do prove yourself to be my enemy, you will not find me fighting you face to face.
oh, I know. But don't worry. I never will quit. In fact, you're the closest thing I've ever had to be able to consider a brother. Not even my own blood. It's part of the reason why I want to ask you a personal favor. Should something happen to
I feel honored by this request and a little confused, but
me,
I'm willing to listen to what you have to say, Leon.
it ain't anything noble.
I would
There's
hope
something
that you would
coming.
know me better than to ask of me anything noble.
That's why I'm asking. To be honest, I can't think of anyone better to do it. There's something coming. Something coming on the horizon. And something I signed myself up for. One else. But if whatever we find in that, sorry, Tired. Apologies. If we find whatever we find in that wave echo cave there, will it be in there or sometime in the future if I just end up dead in the road one day? If I die, I need you to kill my family.
I hope you do not mean your newfound family.
Nah, I like you. My blood.
So you never considered your blood your actual family.
Nah, not really. Looking back on it, I was to them.
You said something is coming. Are they posing a threat to us?
No,
Me?
not as far as I know. As far as I know, they think I'm dead, or at least out of the way, which is where they wanted me.
Write down their names. Write down their location. I'll see to it it's done.
I'll do. I'll get it to you by like tomorrow, but yeah, I can't think of anyone else who.
And should I keep this secret?
I'd prefer if you did.
If you know nothing else about me, you should know that I am a man of discretion. It will be done.
You're gonna need it. I'll give you a note as soon as I can.
I just nod.
All right then, I'm gonna get myself some sleep. Thank you.
You'll want to go to that one. Myra's passed out, snoring, as usual. The other one's full at the moment.
I should be fine. I'll just lay down a bedroll and stay where we. Leon will roll out a bedroll.
And just a nod again.
All right. Beautiful RP, gentlemen. So
Here,
Myra,
I'm sorry.
during that conversation,
Sorry,
you
go ahead.
guys realize you see Myra like, huh, like half her eyes closed, like getting out of the tent, because she realized she was alone, and she starts going into the tent with the other two, and she manages to get in there with her size, but you suddenly hear Alec going like, "What? What? Uh, oh my god!" And he crawls out, and he's like, I'm gonna sleep out here." He just curls up next to the
Leon would
tent.
have been like, I'm guessing that tent open. It's all yours.
Yeah, tent's open. I just passes
Alec's
back
response to two women asleep in a tent with him, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right. So Leon, do you go into the other tent, or are you gonna just sleep out by the coals of the fire
I
or
mean, if
whatever?
no one's in it, Leon.
All right. All right. Quellen. The remainder even of the evening goes by with no issue. Nothing on the horizon. The 4 hours pass, and you see the sun start to crest over the horizon.
I'll go ahead and work on building a fire. And presuming there is any deer meat left, I will work on trying to roast it.
Lord, there should be some left.
Right.
There is definitely some left. You all did not go through it completely. Dahlia, do you wake up fairly quickly? You don't sleep in per se.
Correct, Mundo.
As you wake
Very
up,
confused as to why she's waking up cuddling Myra.
you find yourself with your arm around Myra and her curled up next to you, and you turn your head and you don't see that Alec's not there behind you. So you're like, huh? You look outside, kind of the open tent door. You see Alec kind of curled the ways over on the side of the tent outside of it.
Now I just assume Myra accidentally kicked Alec out. Very confused. This is not how I went to bed.
Morning, Adalia.
Why are you outside?
I guess Myra wanted to sleep with you last night, and it got a little tight, so came out here.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Fuck it. Someone
Good
put some
morning.
bacon on?
Yes, I've been working on this as a bit of a breakfast for you all. I thought I'd let you sleep until the natural aroma awoke you.
You, Quellen. Myra, do you respond? Do you react, rather, to the smell of deliciously cooking food?
Venison? I sure do. I wake up and I go. I like. I'm like doing actions that you guys can't see me. I'm like looking around and I like get up and I poke my head out the tent and didn't I go to sleep in that tent?
Yeah,
And
you ended up coming over to our tent. I guess you needed to cuddle up with Adalia.
that makes sense. I'll wake up and help with whatever I can.
Oh.
I'll start taking down the tents. That's what I'll do.
So you begin to work on tent while you chew on some venison, right? You guys realize you're on a mission here. Leon, do you also awake to
He
stuff?
would have been up pretty late, so he'd still be sleeping. So I'm wondering if Myra would actually check inside the tent to see if anyone's in there.
Nope. Myra just like pulls out the pegs.
The tent
Not really
flaps,
thinking
like,
about it.
They start to kind of, they hit you in the face. That light, okay. That light hit. Hold on a minute. They kind of tap you in the face as it's gonna come down. Do you wake up? Does that wake you up? Does it
No,
wake you up?
if it's just one or two things, he would have been like, just kind of like still there. Hold on, let me roll some. Nope, that does not wake him up.
All right. So Myra, you're not paying attention. You're taking the spikes and everything out, getting everything all together, and then you go and you go to like push the top of the tent so that everything kind of folds in on itself, and it just all comes down and hits Leon, and you see the shape of like a human body inside of the tent.
No, as soon as
Oh
that
my
gets happening,
gosh!
he'll be like, what the? We're being attacked. We're being attacked. Hold on.
Leon!
You start seeing him like get up. We're getting everyone wake up. We're being attacked, and you see him kind of like reach for his sword and start to like yank it out.
No,
Leon,
Leon!
no.
We got it.
Leon, stop!
What?
You're fine. I'm sorry. I started taking down the tent. I didn't know you were in there. I didn't check.
Jesus, Leon, don't cut the tent. I spent good gold on that.
I'm sorry.
Damn. He starts to rub his eyes a little bit. The hell, man? As he kind of like starts to like fumble around to try and find the entrance.
Adalia's just laughing over by the campfire where she was eating breakfast. She's just watching this. It's hilarious.
Myra's freaking out and trying to help him get out, and I thought you were doing your exercises. I didn't know that you were still asleep. You're usually awake long before I am. I thought I was helping. I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Just help me get the hell out of here. As he's fumbling around in the back of the tent.
I help him by like holding up Stuff.
All right, finally get myself out. Damn, those things are hard to get out of.
Especially when it collapses on you. I take a bite of venison.
Yeah, no doubt.
Alec chuckles. He's like, I'm so glad I'm traveling with you guys. So
Leon.
the morning. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if this was like a Telltale Games on the top, Leon won't sleep in a tent again.
Leon will remember that.
Yep.
So then morning goes on a little bit. You guys finish up your food. You finish breaking down camp, um, packing everything up, and are you guys ready to head out on the road?
Oh yeah.
On
Head
the
on the road again.
On the road again. Just can't.
I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, as we're heading out, I would try to see if I could pull Adelia somewhat away from the group to have a bit of a private chat.
Are you trying to pull her specifically? Because you said anyone.
No, I was trying to pull Adelia aside, kind of away from the group, just to kind of whisper a little bit out of earshot of the.
I'm pretty sure everyone sees that and goes, "Is there something going on?"
Well, just
Crap,
as
I
we're
didn't talk to her.
walking, it's just kind of
Sure, no,
casually moving away.
sure. So, to make sure that nobody else sees it, make a sleight of hand check to like nudge her so she notices you, but no one else does. You know what I'm saying? So you like so she can look at you, give her the old head nod to come over here.
Well, that's gonna be a 24.
Yeah, none of us realized that you did that.
I was gonna say it's so high, Adelia didn't even realize, but I'm just kidding. She just,
I mean, yes, but no.
curious. But no, yes, she notices. Thank you.
Right. So, Adelia, I just feel like I really need to apologize for walking in on you. I just feel incredibly embarrassed. I should have knocked first.
There's just a moment as like what he's saying registers through her head, and then you literally can see the moment she remembers because her face is bright red, and she says, "Please, let's never, ever, ever, ever talk about that ever again. It's okay. It was an accident. Just it never happened."
Oh, it's fine, Adelia. Believe me, you have nothing to be embarrassed about. That was purely my fault.
It's just kind of really embarrassing. I'm sorry. I should have locked the door, but I guess I didn't exactly expect anyone but Myra to come in.
Again, no worries. You have literally nothing to be embarrassed about. And I give her arm a little squeeze, and then I kind of walk off.
She's contemplating going emo and using her hair to hide her face. And it's very red face.
Does she walk back with red face, or does she walk back after she's had a chance to collect herself?
Yeah, she's definitely taking a minute to collect herself. Like, away from the group, facing away, like fanning herself, like, for the love of God, no, can't show weakness!
Do I see this?
Well, I was actually going to say that she does, because you guys didn't realize they hung back a few feet to talk. That you all are able to continue walking, and she can compose herself before she widens her gait to catch up to you. So there would be no seeing or not seeing of this.
Yeah, she'd probably just do her normal hanging out in the back by herself kind of thing.
So, all right. So you guys travel. Okay, I need to let my dog out real quick. I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
So how's everybody?
Doing well, doing well.
That's good. Ugh. So eventually, Quillen will get the Sinclairs.
Right? You seem to be cutting out a little bit occasionally, Mighty.
It might be my or I might sometimes when I don't talk loud enough, it won't pick it up.
It must be what it is.
So that's been
I'm
happening
sorry
a lot
about
in my
that,
other
guys.
games too. So
Yeah, Quellen definitely is interested into what the hell happened in Leon's past, but being who he is, he's just like, okay, I just take your word for it.
Fair enough. Sorry, guys. She was whining. All right. So you guys travel about half the day. No disturbances. As you arrive, come up upon the mountainside. Just towering beginning parts of the Sword Mountains. You guys look at your map, and from what you can gather, you are in the right location of where the entrance should be. Would like to search for it.
I'm not going to be one of the ones searching for it because my investigation/perception is terrible. But can I try and make a perception investigation to see if there's any activity around this area? Like, I don't know, thugs and bandits, people that might be working for the Black Spider.
An
Quellen
investigation.
would be actively looking.
Colin would be actively looking for the entrance.
Yeah, he would be recognizing that we're approaching the area marked as the entrance. He would be actively
All
looking.
right, I got a 18. I rolled pretty good on that.
Upon review, Liam, you do not see any recent activity.
All right.
Recent
What
activity
kind of
being
activity?
no recent activity within the last 10 day or so.
All right. But do I see like old footprints or drag marks or what looks like maybe tool marks?
Negative.
All right.
All right. Colin,
So
what was your? Oh, I didn't even tell you what to check yet. Investigation, please, for the entrance.
Okay. Oh shit, that fell. Try again.
with advantage because he has a map.
Not just a. Don't worry. Investigation check.
Now I gotta find my other dice.
What'd you get?
Oh, sorry, it was an 18.
18. So you're looking, and you see kind of hidden behind this. You see this brush on the mountainside that looks a little off-putting. You can give it a little check, and you can see that behind it is a tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Guys, I think there's this might be it.
All right then.
I would listen at the entrance to see if I hear anything down.
Okay, make a perception check.
Not as great that time.
14. You can hear like a very faint like echo of water like waves crashing. Just super faint. I mean, it's you just caught it as you were about to pull your ear away.
You guys, I think I hear the echoing of some waves in this cave.
Gosh, man, why didn't they name it after that?
I know it's just named Wave Echo, not Echo Wave. I apologize, that was dumb. But Leon will be like, all right then. I'm guessing it looks dark in there.
If you've gone up to him and looked through, yes, it's dark.
All right. Alec, do you think you can do the dark vision thing?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and send Quills ahead into the cave about 100 feet and warg into him just to see if there's anything that I can.
Okay, give me just a moment there.
Quills, I totally forgot you were here. Please fly.
All right, let me see what everyone. Well, and I'm gonna move your character. Where I have quills, and then you are all here as well, just because I have your tokens there. But see inside of quills, I gotta move it. It's the last map. Give me a second here. First Phandelver. Then the cave.
Holy.
Oh my god, this is huge.
Oh my God.
Wait, you guys shouldn't be
Oh
able
no.
to see anything except directly.
Well, no, it's just
We
I'm tiny.
We can
and I can't
see
zoom in.
Oh,
we
okay.
can
No.
see the entirety of the
Mighty-
map.
That might be you
All
again.
blacked
No,
out.
no. I can't see the whole map. What I can
Blacked
see is
out.
the
You can just
size of
see
the
that
map.
it's a big map.
Yes.
Gotcha. But you only see that. Okay, good. That's all I was concerned about. But yes, guys, first thing to note is that each square is 10 feet.
Each square that we can see, or each of the kind of big
Each
squares?
square
Because
that you
there's
move is 10 feet. So see how you're back there, Quellen? Move to the next square. That's 10 feet.
Holy shit.
This place is in fact huge.
Because yeah, it looks like there's these kind of outlines of thicker squares.
So there are, but the way the developers here did it is they shrink it down so that way it's 4 tiny squares within one big square. So I apologize. Each of the big squares that you see is 10 feet, but they shrinked it down so that way each tiny little square is a 5-foot margin. I apologize.
Okay. So
we still-
that makes more sense.
Yep, so it's still 5 feet. So, and I'm not gonna lie, didn't realize that until you pointed it out this very second.
I just was musing at the fact that I'm now a 10-foot by 10-foot beast.
No, I apologize.
No, I send Quills down the entrance just to see what he can see.
Yep, so then he would have gone further down because I was miscalculating the squares there. Yeah, so he comes in and immediately what Quill sees is that he sees that the entrance tunnel, it leads into this large cavern supported by a natural pillar of rock that contains about 3 stalagmites that you can see. From where he is right now, you can only see 2. I don't know if Quills, can you see vision on Quills? I don't think I gave it to him.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I did. Okay, good. All right, just wanted to make sure. Thank you. In the western part of the cave here, behind the column of rock are 3 bedrolls. Because I'm assuming he's going around this whole little cavern here. Are 3
Yeah, as long as he's
bedrolls,
within 100 feet, yeah.
which it would be. Let me just make sure. Because you sent him in from the entrance. So, oh, you know what? I apologize. 100 feet is right here.
Oh, okay.
So he sees the stalagmites and the natural pillar of rock, but nothing else.
All right, as he moves beyond it and out of my vision, I would come back into my senses and say, well, this certainly is a cave, and it seems quite large. I suggest we head down and see what we can.
All right then.
From just a few additional things for as far as like ceilings and stuff go, the tunnels are about 10 feet high. And when he went into the room, it looks like they went up an additional 20 feet. And you can just see these dotted stalactites.
Stalagmites.
Not stalagmites, stalactites. So
Sta-
the ones on the
stala-
roof. The ones that hang
The
from
ones
the
that
roof.
are top down.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
stalactites.
You see all of
What's
those
the
as
difference
well.
between a stalactite and a stalagmite? One's
Oh,
got an
God.
M in it.
One grows from the ground up, one grows from the ceiling down.
I was quoting Harry Potter.
That's fair.
I got it.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Leon will be like, all right, I'll go ahead and take point. Delia, you can see better in here, so let me know if
And I do hope
Anything
everyone's
s-
long rested on their character sheets.
I should have. I haven't changed anything since the last time.
Yep, just making sure. And I'll mark off my second level for dark vision, so you'll have that for the next 8 hours. Okay. You're gonna take the lead on this one?
Yeah.
Just tie a rope
But
to
I-
me and drag me. I'll just warg into quills the whole time. All right.
No, I'll have both my dagger and my sword out, just in case.
As you guys, everyone enters. We'll say everyone's entered now at this point, wherever the tokens are. You guys begin to hear the ambient of the dungeon. I hope you can actually hear it on roll 20.
I can.
It's so cool.
Not a thing for me still.
I'm sorry, Adalia. Don't know why that is.
Oh no, it's because I have Roll20 up on the desktop and I'm using Discord through my phone, so I can be.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, that's what I
You know
do.
you could just put Discord on your flat desktop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, my husband's got this thing so hodgepodged and built together himself. I have no idea how it works, and I don't know where there is a headset plug-in.
That's fair. I can respect that. Anyway, back to the game. All right. So Leon, as you go up, you still can't quite see because you only have that 60 foot. But as you come to that point, you now see the stalagmites. You see the big stone that's there.
As I start seeing the entrance of this cave, I'm going to look back to Delia and be like, Delia, what am I looking at?
Just to double check, this is set up with her 90 feet, right?
Hey, Adalia, that's a great point. Hold, please. Because it isn't. But you know what it is? Now it is.
Whoa! Yeah, she sees nothing.
Yeah, so
Alright.
Adalia, you see the stalagmites as well. You see the big tower where Quills is kind of just floating there right now. Hovering, if you will. He's a bird. An owl, rather. Can't quite see anything yet. You guys have to move in further. Your dark vision only goes so far. And it is dark in here.
So I'm going slow at about like a half speed pace, holding the defense action.
Sure.
Waiting.
I'm actually going to pull out a torch from my pack and hand it to Quills and have Quills fly a torch around this main chamber here, kind of lighting it up for everyone.
So
Myra
it's
being
important to
distracted.
note, if you're going to do that, just point of order. If the light source comes down into your guys' vision, it deactivates your dark vision.
Let's not do that.
No?
Dark vision is only activated with no light source. No light source, or...
But it'll turn back on once the light source is gone, right?
This is correct. You are correct, I should say. This is the way.
Yeah, so I would just kind of light a torch and kind of throw it kind of in the general area towards Quills, and kind of instruct him to try to catch it out of the air and just kind of fly it around so we can get a better look at it.
Okay, go ahead and make... Gosh, I want Quills to be able to catch it. But he will need to make a, acrobatics check? And your feet are when you're trying to run across you.
Well, if I have to, like, slide a hand it to him or something with my dexterity, that's...
Sleight of hand is... Because you're being sneaky. You're tossing it up to him, and he has to be able to catch it. So I'm going to say an acrobatics check from him. So he's an owl, which they have, I think, a +1 to their dex.
yeah,
do.
+1 to
Yep.
dex.
Yep.
So...
D20 add the +1.
9.
19. Yes, he is able to successfully capture the lit torch. He kind of as the flame almost gets him, but he catches the end of the torch and it is now holding. So the ceiling here, like I said, is about 20 feet high, and torches let out 20-foot light. So at this point, everybody's dark vision deactivates, and you can only see theoretically in a 20-foot radius.
And I'm just gonna have Quills use the torch and kind of fly around the various areas so everybody can get a look to make sure that there's nothing bad around.
Adalia's a little annoyed because she could see better without it.
As can Quills. Because once he gets out of the 20-foot range, like where he is right now, nobody can see what he's showing them.
Well, I assume we can see like what it's illuminating, though, right?
Sure.
Unless he's right next to it. All we see is a little orange dot.
Pretty
flying.
much. Like that's the concept of the distance, right? Because he is what? From where you are, Quellen, he's 40 feet away. That's a pretty chunk of distance. So you can see, just barely make out what he's illuminating, but like not enough to really figure out what it is. But all you're seeing right now, because with him being there, he's also out of your range. Your dark vision kicks back on, like, so now you can see even further. All you see right now is just a bunch of stone floor with the stalagmites and the stonework here.
So I taught my friend a new trick. We're thinking of joining the circus. What do you think, guys?
I
Will
think
you
you just
just
lit a
drop the
beacon to
damn-
whatever's down here.
Not the
Exactly.
time.
I
that
have
thing to put-
Quills fly over towards whatever this is, towards the right, and just drop the torch.
Okay, so the torch drops and it's just lighting a random 20-foot. Actually, it drops. You're dropping it there.
Yeah, I just wanted to head over to whatever that little crevice thing is and just kind of drop it down.
Alrighty. So it drops down and you see just barely the flickering light of it because the pit is pretty deep. So the light of the torch can't quite crest over. Picking up what I'm trying to say. Anywho, yeah. So do you guys continue to kind of explore this cavern?
Yeah. Leon
Yep.
kind of shakes his
Heading out this way.
Go ahead.
All right, Quellen, as you go that way, you see, as I had started to say before until I realized how the vision was working, in the western part of the cave, which you're here at right now, because this is the western part, if I want to get my directions confused like I did on my other map. Yes, this is western. Okay. So north is north here, guys. You see 3 bedrolls and a heap of what look to be some ordinary supplies. Sacks of flour, bags of salt, casks of salted meat, lanterns, flasks of lamp oil, 2 pickaxes, shovels, and other gear, mining equipment. Amid the supplies, you also catch a glimpse of the body of what appears to be a dwarf miner.
Ah, fuck.
You investigate this body at all?
I'm going to take a quick look around to see if there's anything of hostile nature before rushing towards.
Sure. Make a perception check for me, please.
You know, you could say something. The body.
Nope. 12.
12? That's actually not that bad. You do not see anything of danger within the area that you're in.
I was specifically looking up to make sure there wasn't anything like on the ceiling.
That's fine. You see nothing of danger.
Okay, I would rush over to the body. I don't see anything. I'm just rushing over to the body.
Alright, so you move closer to the body. Are you going to inspect this body?
Yeah, I don't see exactly where it is, but yeah, I rush over
That's
towards the
because the
body
map
and
doesn't
I
have
like
it.
to inspect.
This is their weird map where they didn't put it there for some reason, but it's in this area. Anywho, go ahead and make, looking at the body, make a medicine check for me, please.
That's going to be just a 9.
A 9. So upon inspection, you can clearly tell that the dwarf is dead. but you're not able to get any kind of gander about how long he may have been dead.
I forgot to ask Gundren what his brothers look like, so I don't know that.
With your 9, given that you've spent some time with Gundren, I'll say that a 5 DC is acceptable for recognizing him. You do recognize him to be a dwarf that looks very similar to Gundren.
All right. At this point, I will go ahead and call out into the darkness to my southeast. Friends, it appears that I've found some bad news over.
Leon will gonna be like, all right,
Alec rushes over.
over here.
It looks to be one of Gundren's brothers. He's quite well. You can see for yourself.
I would like to go check.
Are you just investigating and also discerning possibly time of death?
Yeah, time of death, how he died, and like if he has same features as Gundren.
And I searched the other bedrolls.
So Myra, go ahead and just make a medicine check for me, please. Make an investigation check, Quellen.
Let them do their thing. He's gonna be.
My investigation was a 7.
Find nothing,
My
unfortunately, within the bedrolls.
My medicine check was, bless you. My medicine check was a 21.
You are able to discern that he was killed by being stabbed through the heart with a dagger, and that based on the stiffness of his body and everything, and the dried up blood near the wound, you discern that he's been dead for at least a 10-day, which is a week.
Straight away to our little escape.
Cutting out.
No, sorry. It means if we hadn't done all those side quests, he'd still be alive.
We wouldn't have been able to help him no matter what. Fate is fate.
There's no way we could have known that. Myra makes a good
Oh,
point.
that was not in character. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, out of character, we wouldn't have had the level high enough to do it anyways.
I know.
Yeah.
Also out of character. Would he have been alive though?
Would he have been?
Myra, let's see. Never mind, not Myra.
And I could tell that it was Gundren's brother, right?
Yes, you can tell he has very, very similar feet. He almost looks exactly like Gundren, just there's definitely distinct differences because he is a brother but not a twin. You
Right.
know for sure feel for sure that this is either Tharden or Nundro, because their names are very interesting.
They are. I would like to search the body.
Very well. Given what's here, I'll say no investigation check needed for this. You take a look, and as you're kind of checking things out, you notice his boots look particularly interesting. No, actually, you know what? Make an investigation check for me on the boots.
That would be is that a 9 or a 6?
Look for the line.
Okay, so it's a dot on the bottom, so it's a 6. So plus investigation, that's 11.
11? That's just
Mhm.
just enough. You can tell that these are what are known as boots of striding and springing. From what you can tell, these were the boots that Tharden was wearing, but whoever killed him must have been in a rush or something, because they left these surprisingly useful boots on his corpse. Do any of you wish to take those?
I do. Will they fit my feet? I'm gonna look at them.
Dwarfs and gnomes are different in size, yet similar enough. They do fit your feet. So if I will explain what they do. While you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 feet, unless your walking speed is higher, which we know yours isn't. And your speed is not reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow. So essentially, you got 3 times the jumping speed, and your movement moves up to 30 feet so long as you are wearing these boots. These boots do require atonement, so you will need to spend at least a short rest with them before you can use them.
Okay, I'm gonna explain what the boots are to everybody and see if either Quellen or Leon.
Leon isn't paying attention.
Okay, I'll just keep the boots, I guess. Or I'll show them to Quellen, because Quellen does a lot of, like, up-close fighting. Quellen, do you think you could use these boots?
Myra, I think that you should keep these. And,
Okay.
use them to escape if you find yourself in danger.
All right.
So that is what they're called, Myra, on D&D Beyond. So go to Manage Equipment and just type in Boots of Striding and Springing, and they should pop up, and you can add them to your inventory. And like I said, though, to wear them, you'll have to attune to them, which will require at least a short rest. So currently, they do nothing but be boots.
Okay. I got me some new boots.
All right. But other than
Check
that,
out
there's
my
nothing else that you
bookcase.
guys can see within the area of these bedrolls. Leon, have you? Let me see what you can see here, my friend. Are you?
Yeah, no, I would have been advancing very slowly.
Sure. So you come up, and again, you see the stalagmites and everything. You see a pit, an open pit, about what, 20 feet in front of you, 15 feet in front of you. Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead and look inside.
Yep. With your dark vision, you can see that this pit is approximately 10 feet wide and about 20 feet deep. You can actually see the torch that Quill's had still down there, starting to burn out as it's kind of hit the ground and messed up its burning functionality.
Do I see?
Go ahead.
Do I see anything in there besides the torch?
Anything besides the torch? No, it's just a pit, an empty pit, soft ground at the bottom. From what you can see here.
And these aren't like.
Say again.
The dark spots. Are those just shading?
So those dark spots, you can't tell from here per se if they go anywhere, but they appear to be entrances.
Again, I'm just gonna kind of like. That all? Or I'll keep going around.
Sure. As you continue to walk around, nothing else of interest is in this portion of the cave.
And how deep is it?
It is 20 feet deep, 10 feet wide.
Is it like a straight drop, or is there like an angle?
It is a straight drop. It would require either careful climbing down or a rope to assist. However you wish to tackle that if you're going to go down.
All right, I'll just look back and I'll be like, Adelia, looks like we got a way further in down here. And then I'll like do the thing where I'll kind of like lean, like not so much lean over. I'll grab the edge and like let myself down halfway, you know, still holding onto the edge, and then drop the rest of the way.
You're gonna drop the rest of the way?
No, so you know, like, so I'll be hanging off the, so I'll like I'll step in and I'll like hold on to the edge and go like my full length, you know,
Yep.
hanging onto the edge, and then kind of like drop the last 12
Like-
or so feet.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Are 6 foot. Let's see. You are 5'11", so we'll say 6 foot because even numbers are easier. That's 14 feet. Yep. All right. You fall, and you take damage.
Ah, still.
Yep,
That's fine. Watch it be maxed out.
it's gonna be a chunk. Well, no, you round down in D&D, so it shouldn't be that high. You're gonna take 2d6 bludgeoning damage for the fall.
Rounded down? Per 5 feet? That was per 10.
For 10 feet fallen, I'm sorry, you're correct. So, just 1d6. 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Adalia's just looking over the edge like, why did you do that?
And you're temporarily, I mean, you're considered prone right now, but I'm assuming you're just gonna get back up, so.
Yeah, just get back up. Damn. Further than I thought. He's gonna kind of like examine around, make sure, nothing down here, swords at the ready.
Sure. His vision does expand the whole pit here, so he doesn't see anything of interest here, but he may be able to start seeing a little bit through any of these holes if he checks them out. So I will remove the dynamic.
Quellen suggests to Alec that the brother Rockseeker, because I don't know which one it is, deserves better than lying here. Perhaps we should take him out and bury him. Give him a proper burial.
I couldn't agree with you more, Quellen. Let's do this. So.
And he'll walk over to grab his arms.
Alec grabs his legs. With the two of you working together, we'll say that lift him, no problem. He's also a dwarf. He's not that big. And you guys head out. Alec and Quellen head outside. Are we just leaving his body? Alec says, are we just leaving his body here covered up? Or are we going to properly bury him? Are we going to build a pyre and burn his body? What are we...
Following them out there, I would like to say I think Gundren deserves to see his brother. I think we should
build for him a quick cairn, real quick. We can uncover
putting
the body
rocks
there.
on. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
That way no wild animals can get at him.
I think that's a great idea.
So you guys get to work doing that, and that'll probably take some time. Adalia, Leon, what are you two doing? They have left.
After I explored both entrances, I'll be like, Adalia, we got tunnels. Someone needs a way.
Adalia is looking for a place to tie a rope.
Make an investigation check for me, please, Adalia.
I'm gonna ask. Oh, should I go tell Adalia and Leon where we are? I don't think they saw us.
Did they not come with you?
No. I'll go tell them, and I'll run back in.
10.
A 10? You do manage to find a piece of rock jutting up out that seems to be fairly secure.
Lovely. She's tying her rope around it and belaying on down.
Okay. If you'll just make a strength check with advantage, please.
13.
13. You do manage to successfully climb down with no issue.
Yeet.
So Myra, as you run back in to talk to them, you see that they're both kind of chilling in the pit together.
As soon as I see her, I'll be like, what's taking you guys so long?
Guys, we're just putting what did Quellen call it? We're just taking care of the body.
Thardan's body.
Thardan's body. We're just
Shit, I didn't tell you what his name was. My bad. Hey guys,
Oh.
it's Thardan.
We're just taking care of the dwarf's body. It might take a few more. I don't know how much longer it will take, but
Well, tell them to
Will you-
hurry the heck up. We
While
got
you do
business to
that,
take
there
care of.
could be others that need our help.
okay, I'll go tell them, and I'll run back. Okay, they said hurry up.
At this point, you see that they're kind of finishing up. Yeah, okay, just run away.
Leon will be
Quellen
like,
kind of leans down and places a single gold coin kind of in between the rocks and says, I did not know you, but I hope you fare well in the next life better than you did in this one, before I head down.
Leon will. Adelia, do you see anything interesting?
Not yet. Just more tunnels.
Do you want to head this way or the other?
So at this point, as you two are discussing this, the rest of the group shows up at the top of the cliff. That's a bit of a ways down.
Good thing we have experience. And I like hit Alex's arm and start going down.
There should be a
Alec,
rope.
Myra.
Alec,
Yep,
whatever.
so you start climbing down, or do you use the rope?
I use the rope.
All right, strength check with advantage, please. Athletics specifically, I should say.
Woo! 19 plus my 1, so 20.
Successfully make it down with no issue. Quellen, would you like to go next?
Quellen briefly brandishes the hammer from his pack and considers it for a moment before going over to the rope and heading.
Everything all right, Quellen?
I've had some luck and some not so luck with pit.
Oh, well, this rope seems nice and sturdy. Alec gives it a little kick. Doesn't really move.
Alright, so what am I rolling?
Strength or athletics check with advantage.
Uh,
11.
Yep, 1-1.
1-1, just what you needed. Managed to get down successfully. Alec, bringing up the rear, makes his acrobatics with advantage. And rolls a 19. 17 plus 2. So, everyone makes it successfully down the rope into the bottom of the pit with no pain, except for Leon, who decided to drop and take 2 points of damage.
That's fine. So we got a tunnel going northwest, a tunnel going southeast. Delia, did you see anything going down the second tunnel?
I don't suppose there's any tracks or anything.
There is not. This is just bare bones, bottom floor, rock, no tracks.
There's
You
a
are-
lot of branches. It would be
You are
really
entering
easy
a
to get
mine.
lost in.
I presume we need to just go ahead and begin in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
Should we flip a coin?
I mean, I'm fine with either or.
I like the idea of flipping a coin. Let's leave our fate to the gods.
Or just
by me.
random chance? I take out a gold piece and I flip it. Should I flip up a d4 or a d20?
Let's say D4. Odds are heads, evens are tails. Somebody call it when she flips. Or, well, you call it when you flip because you're flipping.
Left is heads, right is tails. We are going right, tails.
Very well.
2.
I'll go ahead and stay up. Delia is in front of me.
Adelia's in front, you said?
No, let me know. Leon's gonna take point, but he's asking Adelia to keep an eye out ahead of him.
Yeah.
And Myra is coming right behind Adelia, like, and staying close. Like,
Again, I'm going at a cautious,
Alec
cautious
will
pace.
stay next to Leon, but like space back.
Quellen
And I'm
will
constantly
stay
gonna be
close to
holding.
Adelia.
I'm constantly going to be holding the dodge action.
I want to go ahead and use quills to try to scout a little bit once we reach this. just going to kind of send him forth about 100 feet and see what I can see in this little antechamber area.
As Quills goes in there and begins to look around, notices many tunnels that intersect at this natural 30-foot high cavern. Actually, how up to the ceiling is he?
He's about even with the ground, so only maybe about 10-15 feet off the ground.
Okay. Fair enough. He looks around, checks things out. He sees that the walls are carved with simple reliefs showing dwarf and gnome miners hard at work. Below them, nearly 24 skeletons in rusted scraps of armor are scattered across the cavern floor. Some are dwarf skeletons, while others are orc remains. Half a dozen large branters stand in niches or on ledges around the cavern, but none are lit. It's still pitch dark in here, and his dark vision is activated. As he's beginning to make his rounds and kind of check things out, hear through his eye, or through his hearing, though, strange noise.
I go ahead and immediately call him back as I come back into my own senses.
Yep, this is still happening. Let's see. Hear this, like, God, what do these make? Mosquito noises. There. Just a moment. Those hits. He sees suddenly come down from the roof 10 sturges, and they immediately go after him, sensing that sense of food. The first one rolls a natural 1, second one rolls a natural 1, third one rolls a 19. They all simultaneously attack in a surprise round because he wasn't aware that they were there. And with that, he takes a minimum of 1 point of damage and dissipates.
So, I came back in my senses before I actually saw that, so I don't know what the hell happened, but Quills didn't return. I say to the group...
Well, actually, to be honest with you, what I was going to do before, because you responded before I could have this resolved, is I was going to say you hear it, you see him come down, and then your vision blanks out and you come back to yourself. And for that brief second, you do notice that they appear to be sturges.
In that case, I say to the group, just to the east, the cavern there has sturges. Many of them. Quills has left us for now.
Alright. Do we want to go in and deal with it, or do we get away from it?
They're hungry. They're looking for food.
And from here, you guys can kind of hear their buzzing sound. They have not picked up on you, but you can hear them because they're kind of swarmed there as they attacked him with their blood drain attack, but with him dissipating, they're kind of like, what the fuck?
Alright, then let's go ahead and avoid that. Because I can see them now.
Yeah, I revealed them.
Yeah, let's go ahead and avoid that. This way.
I'll follow Leon, but keep my eye towards the cavern with the...
Alright. So go ahead and continue. As you continue, like I said, you saw the intersecting tunnels, 30-foot high caverns. You're not really seeing anything at this point. You come to this point where you are, Leon, where you guys can go left, right, or kind of kitty corner up. To your left, you can immediately see that the tunnel has collapsed and that there is no path to go to. To the right, you can see as far as your dark vision lets you see, but not beyond that. You do see where if you go to the right a little bit, it turns right again down into what appears to be the cavern where the Sturges are, or you can head in this northern direction.
All right, be like a. Which way? Kind of relying on Adelia to be more my eyes than my own eyes.
Yeah. Nice.
Should we flip again?
Dahlia's
force
gonna come up
will-
to this corner and peek.
So you see straight
Young
in
will
front of
follow
you,
close.
and you see that if you go about 40 more feet, 35, 40 feet, go left. But immediately to your left here, you see a door about 10 feet ahead.
I will relay that to Leon that I found a door.
If I hear that, I'm going to go up and look at the door.
Yeah, if Cullen goes up to the door, Leon will kind of like stand guard right behind him, make sure nothing jumps at him.
Alec will be watching to make sure Sturges don't come up. I'm assuming you're listening at the door, sir.
Yep, I'd like to check out the door and make sure it's not trapped and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Let's do the old investigation perception check, please. Investigation for traps, perception for noise.
Investigation is 17, perception is 18.
Very well.
I rolled a 12 and a 12.
Well done. You take a look, and there are no traps, no noticeable traps. The door seems fine. It's just a regular old iron door that is closed. Listening, putting your ear to the door softly, you hear... Hear scrapes and gnawing of what sounds like bone.
I whisper back to Leon, there seems to be an undead cat on the other side of this.
I wasn't trying to sound like a cat, but fuck you.
Nah. In any case, I tell him, there's something on the other side of this door.
All right then. Do we want to clear out the room so we have some place to guard ourselves, or do we want to move on?
At this point, I say we explore further south where these Sturges were.
Well, I want to avoid the Sturges, so I'd say no. Adelia, do you see anything down that next hallway?
Not yet.
Let's put a pin in this door and come back later.
I move away from the door.
Very well.
The tunnel ends. Go up
Yes. Dahlia, as you go, you see that the tunnel ends, and your only option is to go north from here or turn around, check out wherever you haven't checked out before.
Should we go back?
Now let's keep moving forward until we find something that is back.
You guys, Leon, you head up there. You can see that you can continue straight. You don't see much further than your dark vision allows, or you can turn to the right.
I can
Now,
like it says like about the corners. Looks like there's like a.
Yep. As you just come around the corner, you see that. I gotta get off you. You can see immediately that the eastern wall of this chamber that you're looking into, it's collapsed into a mass of rubble. To the north, you can see a door stands ajar, leading to a good-sized storeroom. Within the storeroom, and I'll remove the dynamic lighting because it's ajar.
I kind of like flag them in, I guess.
Yeah, Dahlia's been on your 6 the whole time.
Yep. And I'll be like, well, got ourselves a storeroom.
So within the
Guys see any-
storeroom, you see dusty kegs that are tucked neatly against the walls. All of them have been cracked and split open from age.
And that's all that's in here?
That's all that's in here. Upon inspection, No investigation check needed here. You all, everyone, can get the sense that this seems like a secure location. It seems like this, if needed, could be a good place to rest.
Should we take
Well,
a short rest or keep going?
I think we should keep going. We hadn't run into
Alright.
nothing yet, but let's keep this place in mind. It's easily defendable with just the one door.
Gear, I would like to have a piece of paper out. I guess, do I have paper?
You have
I'd like
paper?
probably not. But like making notes, like making like a
Sure.
map. But if I don't have paper, then that's a problem.
That is okay. I have Natural Explorer.
She does. So Adelia will remember
Ah, okay. Okay,
All
that's
right, then.
great.
Let's make a note of it. Let's get going. Go ahead and go back. Again, moving at 30 feet at a time. Again, constantly holding the defense action in case something at me.
Sure.
I would like to actually, at some point before we leave that room, kind of posit the idea that I might be able to move forward stealthily and scout ahead. Now that I've lost Quills, perhaps I could serve as the scout for the group.
Gwellen ain't gonna stop you, but I don't mind if you. I mean, like, I don't mind taking this step by step either. So
If there are hostiles in front of us, I prefer that we get the drop on them than they get the drop on us, like they did on Quill.
fair enough. Just send me a message then.
I send Leon a message. You got it.
You see him shiver for a second, but he's slowly getting used to it.
All right, so I would like to actually take over point stealth.
Sure. Is the group good with that? Everyone's good with that?
Yeah. I'm not stopping him.
Sweet. I just want to, because I just kind of realized, like, I know Leon, you took point and you are leading, and everyone seems fine with it. But I just want you all to know if y'all want to not go one direction, speak up. RP thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've just been following Leon.
Follow the yellow brick road. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So you are going to stealth check out stuff then?
Yeah. No. Whenever I
Yeah,
see a
just kinda
corner, I'll
want to,
walk up to the corner, but that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, I just want to move kind of stealthily in front, making sure that I'm trying to stay in the shadows, as it
The
were.
shadow. Well, the whole place is dark, so you're in the shadows, my friend.
Hooray!
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please, so I can make note of your stealth check.
That is a 15, 20, 23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
All right, that's a beautiful stealth check. Thank you. I have that noted. As you kind of start to step out here, Leon, you stayed at the corner, like you said. You
Yep.
can see. Can't quite see it just because of your dark vision not letting you see, but because we know you're going to kind of explore, I'll go ahead and describe the room anyway. Feel free to move your character around. Steep escarpments divide this large cavern into 3 sections. High ledges at either end, and a lower section in the middle, which is where you are currently. Carved stone stairs climb up the ledges. 2 large tables stand in the middle section, along with a pair of old braziers. A smaller table stands on the eastern ledge. See it there up the stairs. The skeletal remains of dozens of dead warriors, dwarves, gnomes, orcs, ogres. They attest to the fierceness of the fighting that appears to have taken place here years ago. Or long ago.
Yeah, this isn't creepy at all. I will go ahead and make my way up the eastern stairwell.
I'll go ahead and after I haven't heard anything from Quellen for a second, I'm gonna look to Adelia. Is there anything hostile in the room?
Can see is already.
As I head up to the eastern stairwell, I'll send a message back to Leon, since he specifically requested it. And I'll say that the middle chamber here is clear. There's a path leading north up the eastern stairwell. I'm headed towards the west.
All right. Quellen
And
said
then
it's clear.
I head up the west side. West side.
West side.
Leon just kind of like looks at everything. Damn, the hell.
Leon, or Quellen. Hold on one sec, friend. I'm gonna move you back.
Okay.
As you kind of come up, you see. Worry not. Just revealing what you can see right now.
Quellen's a master of patience and silence. Don't worry.
You immediately see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see 5. You can technically see 6 in this corner here. The dynamic lighting just isn't letting you, but you're on the top here. You see ghouls just kind of sitting there. They haven't noticed you. Your stealth check was high enough that you're like, oh shit. But they have not yet noticed you. But they will notice you quickly. What are you doing?
Presuming they haven't detected me, I would quickly make my way back down the stairs.
Okay. So you make your way back down. I'll say that you can make your way back down to here without having to make a stealth check. But if you want to go further, it'll require another stealth check.
You got it, boss. Nat 20.
Okay, go ahead and go wherever the fuck you want. The ghouls, you kind of see them moving a little bit as they didn't quite hear you, but they had a funny sense.
As I'm walking back towards the eastern side of the cavern, I will immediately send a message to Leon and say, west is bad. Ghouls are...
All right, then. Let's not go west. As I whisper and start going
Leon,
the
were
other
you
direction.
being stealthily walking through here?
No.
Okay. Go back to where you were. Okay, right there. Go back to where you were, the spot before. You are a lucky son of a bitch. You are
I didn't go any
just
further
out of
than
their
that.
dark vision range. They cannot currently see you, and I don't believe you can currently see them. So,
Nope.
Yeah, you also probably felt Quellen move past you, though you can't see.
you felt this strange wind pass by you.
The west is bad. Oh, well, west is bad then. Shit.
That must have been Quellen.
Man, these spells are weird. Thinking it's another sending spell. I'm not sending a message.
Have you revealed yourself to your team here? As we're all kind of like huddled up here.
I wouldn't be trying to hide myself from them, no.
Adelia, the dynamic lighting doesn't let you see you because that ledge is 10 feet high. But I'll say from the angle in your dark vision, you can see that ghoul standing on the edge. There's a ghoul standing on the edge.
Yeah, she noped out of there.
And I'll go
Alright,
ahead and walk up to the
What is it that you see?
eastern platform.
Oh, well, unbooked it. Okay.
Alec, I would respond to Alec before I booked it. Ghouls to the west. Let's head on further east and see what we can. And then I lead the way up the stairs.
Yeah, no, I'm not so much. I'm letting you take points, so whenever I see a corner, I'll take a.
All right, into this interesting chamber.
Pause here, please.
You got it.
Sometimes you move a little too fast for me.
Gotta go fast.
So you
That's
see
Sonic.
immediately your vision kicks in and you see this strange green glow about is, well, 60 feet. You can actually see it with your dark vision. You see this flaming green skull floating in the air. In addition, you see what appears to be a blast furnace and a mechanical bellows that are powered by a water wheel that you can kind of make out the shape of but can't fully see. And that's what dominates this large chamber. The furnace appears cold and dark, but you can see that there's kind of heaps of coal that are piled up nearby, along with carts full of unrefined ore. The water wheel sits in a 10-foot wide channel that... see, that's the problem with these stupid text boxes. What can you actually see? Anyway, I'm just going to describe it. The water wheel sits in a 10-foot wide channel cut into the floor of the room, but the channel is dry. Passage exits to the west, south, and east. You're coming in from the south.
So looking at this green
I'm sorry.
flaming
I
skull
apologize.
thing.
There's more because I'm stupid. There is also, you see the skull immediately in front of you. Zombies. See zombies. Now again, their passive perception is low and your natural 20 is high. They have not quite noticed you, but they will in a minute. What are you doing?
I immediately walk back down the chamber, and presuming I run into Leon, I catch him, and I say, "Zombies, green flaming skull," and I just kind of shake my head.
So,
As you move
zombies.
back and catch Leon, one of the zombies
Clank.
is just within his vision, can see you, and begins to approach.
Quickly, Leon. South. I'll deal with this one.
Another one comes out as you see his brethren move. And
I'll be
that's
like,
where we'll pick up on Thursday.
I would have been like, Adelia, take the shot.
Adelia's ready to be like, nope, don't even get close to me, motherfuckers.
So we actually went over 45 minutes because hell yeah. But that's where we'll pick up on Thursday. Zombie.
I hate not being able to see what we've traveled already. I don't like it.
You should be able to see what we've at least traveled. I mean, you might not be able to
No.
see it lit up, but at least revealed.
Oh no, the fog of war stayed.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's giving me the anxiety.
Yep, that's not how it's supposed to be.
You know,
Well,
it's kind of
actually pretty
funny.
cool because it's like if you're not keeping an active map, you're
Yeah.
just screwed.
That's why I was like, oh, I wish I had paper so I could like mark our turns and stuff.
But with
Mentally, I have
makes
a-
good point with her skills as a tracker and an explorer and things like that. She's
Yeah.
I'm completely fine
I
with the
legit
fact
have
that
a feature.
She knows where she's going.
Whew.
So I guess that means that Adelia has to lead us back if we're trying to head somewhere specific because I haven't been marking it down and I don't have that.
I did not-
Mentally, I have a pretty good, like, me as a player, I have a pretty good idea where everything is and how the map is looking. But
I
even
apologize,
still, it's
guys.
just
I didn't
like,
realize the fog of war wasn't on.
Honestly, I kind of like it better that way.
Do you really?
I don't. I mean, like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm having fun. It's just there's like this like. How much have we explored?
Anxiety.
How much? It's really bad. Like just player anxiety.
That's fair.
You're
like,
fine.
I will.
Like not.
I'm just joking. Sorry.
I just like having not any real sense because we haven't been making a map of exactly where everything is, and we're just kind of randomly walking around.
I mean, that's fair. You guys
it's
are
just-
randomly walking around. You just came in here.
No,
and like, "All right, let's
so
go."
like, it makes sense. It's just like I said. It's like I don't like not having a radar in video games.
I got you. So, what does the group want then? Do you want to turn it on,
Oh,
or do you want to leave it off?
I'm for either. Like I said, I'm having fun. Just fighting
I
the
say-
anxiety.
Just
I
want a
say,
group vote.
can you turn it on for Adelia and leave the rest of us in the dark?
That I can do. That I cannot.
Oh, snap.
I would pretty much really like that because that encourages us to either remember what we've gone through or actually mark it down on literal parchment in game. That's
Sure.
Yeah, because I thought about buying parchment like a few days ago. I was like, oh, I need to get paper,
Or
but
just
then
a
I
notebook.
forgot tonight.
No.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's fair. I will look into if I can do it with only one PC, like one token, because I don't know if I can. I think I have to turn it on for the whole map, and I'll leave it off for now until I can figure that
All
out.
right.
I'll look at that over the next couple days.
And we're getting back together on Thursday.
We absolutely are. We're
6
in
or 5?
let's do
Well, 8 or
let's
7.
do our regular 7 p.m. Eastern time session. Does that work? I forget. Or no, I'm sorry.
Was it-
Adalia,
was-
are you working?
Adalia, right?
Adalia has to work until 8 p.m. Central Time.
So that's
She is still trying to get out of it because it's bull.
Well, I guess keep us in the loop and see what's going on. And if it's 8 p.m. Central, that means it's 9 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah.
yeah.
Woof.
Mandatory work crap really pisses me off because it's always after my shift anyway, so I have to work extra hours.
Oh, that
Ugh.
sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, guys. I mean, no looking it
What
up
you
out of
need
game,
is you-
but you're about to fight a flame skull.
I know those things. What I was hoping to get was be like Adelia, shoot that thing like twice right now.
Her
And then we'll
skills,
fight
she
it.
probably could take it out.
Yeah. Delia's boss.
And flame
Ye-
skulls are not fun. We might need to use that room.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. 2 more days. And
Like,
I,
like it.
what, what
This
time
is
do we
this.
want to start? 9? Or is that too late?
Adalia, when will you be back? Eastern time?
As it stands, Eastern Time, I will be getting out of work at about 9
Shit.
in Eastern Time. Yes, as it stands. Like I said, that could very well change because I'm quitting this job anyway, so I might say fuck you and your mandatory stuff.
Do you at least have
Oh.
another job? Or
Oh, I'm
are
doing my own.
you doing, your
Doing
own
my
thing?
own. I'm gonna go start my own biz.
Rock on.
Ooh, congratulations.
She's going rogue.
Woo!
So,
You know, once you go rogue, you never go back.
Oh God, go away.
so,
But yes, I told my work I'd be done by the end of the month, but that might be sooner because they are being terrible people.
that's fair.
Well, you're an adult. We'll let you decide, but decide right. Choose D&D.
Decide right. Just quit.
Well, then
Choose
why
D&D.
don't I mean we've done it with Leon before, so Adalia, if you don't mind, why don't we just start like normal? Adalia, come in when you come in. Like we can run your character. We know how Adalia works. So if you're okay with that, we can just start
I
normal.
mean,
and
how
you can
hard
join
is
us when
boom
you're free.
headshot?
I mean, right?
That's all it is. Boom headshot.
Just be quiet, be confused when anyone flirts with you, and just shoot everything in the head. Those were the notes I gave my husband. I'm like, babe, you can play for me. He's like, no, I don't know those people. I'm like, okay, that's great.
So I don't know if you guys heard my sister sneeze earlier when I said bless you, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I am so embarrassed. I don't even know those people."
Did not hear that.
Did you tell her we thought it was cute?
No.
You need to tell her so it embarrasses her more, or say whatever you need to embarrass her more.
Oh, they thought that was gross. No. Yeah. Anyways,
So,
okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording because there's no reason for this to be